welcome inside the Treehouse. Time to leave your worries outside and join me, Dan O'Malley, Trey Trenholm, and Raj Sharma for episode 62. Thank you for joining us. So I need to just kick all the normal pleasantries to the curb, and we need to discuss some of the most jarring news I have, I think, ever heard in my 44 years on this planet.
All right.
Snoop Dogg says he's giving up smoke.
Yeah, I read the tragic news this morning. It came up in one of my bulletins on my phone, and I thought it was one of those like those death hoax, like when you hear like so and so's died and it's not real. But then, I can kind of see like I think he got to a point where he couldn't get higher. But he tried.
I don't know. Ask.
Yeah, I've heard the stories about people smoking with Snoop. I've heard a few stories where it's the highest they've ever been, and he was fine. And I think that's what the problem is he's now gotten the people around him as high as they could get, and now there's no one left. So I think he smoked himself out of smoking.
He's actually
sort of like Trey did with alcohol.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, except he still had a lot of money and fame and everything. But he's quit before. Like, this isn't the first time he's done this. So man, huh? Yeah,
did he quit before?
He quit before for a little bit. I forgot. It was some. I want to say it was someone like from Earth, Wind, and Fire. I know it's random, but that taught him, and he decided he gave it up for a while. And then he started up again. But also, Snoop is married to his high school, sweetheart, and he has 7 grandkids now, and maybe he's just thinks he needs to be a better example. Huh?
Yeah. Oh, maybe. I mean, he also coaches he did for a while. He coached his kids' football team. Like that was a thing he was doing. And yeah, maybe it is. He's gotten older and wiser. And I would like to see what a like in my head he stopped smoking, and he wakes up and is like, I was on a show with Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah. How high
he's going to be like the guy who woke up from a coma for like 50 years and wondered, what did I miss?
I mean, it really, if you want to take it as a case study, just fascinating is, this guy was the face of gangs, murder, gangster rap. Calvin Brodus? Brodus, on trial for murder. And, after, he came out, with, and got big and everything else. And he was now he's doing commercials with the whitest of white women and their best friends. Like, yeah. And he does Skechers commercials.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. Like going back to this, it's like the same thing with Ice Cube. Ice Cube and they were all in that same crew. They were all Crips from the same part of Long Beach, Compton. And now they all live in the hills, and they all live in, they do hills stuff, which is you have PTAs and you have homeowners associations. The people that are still crippin' are still crippin'. These guys got their money. Like like when I said I would run into Ice Cube, it was at the CVS. It wasn't the CVS in Compton. It was the CVS in Encino. It was like right down the street from where Michael Jackson, like the Jackson 5 lived. And then they all still live there now. Whoever's still alive is still there now. I've driven past their Havenhurst house, so they're all still there. They're not doing Compton stuff. So when you're like, hey, he was still smoking great weed. I mean, he was the best weed ever. And he's like, yeah, I want to smoke and I want to learn how to make a creme brulee from Martha Stewart because I'm high.
I mean, it really is one of the greatest American stories from Compton to the Hamptons.
Yes, that's exactly right. And so, yeah, I mean, I believe that I think that he will stop for a while again and be like, yeah, it's just who I am, and it works for me, so I'm going to start again.
Maybe it's a reset. So it could
Yeah,
be like you were saying, he has smoked so much that he
yeah,
cannot possibly get any higher. So the only way to then ever enjoy it again, if he so chose, would
yeah,
be to stop for a long period of time and then start over
right.
at a lower threshold where he might actually enjoy it again.
Yeah, that I would do that. That makes sense, right? Like, you're spending that much money on it, and I'm sure it's not cheap, and I'm sure it's really good, and I'm sure it's California, so it's all from dispensaries, or he probably has his own grow house, and it's really good, and it's hydroponic and all the good stuff, and he's just like, I can't get higher.
Yeah. I
Or,
And
like
or,
it,
may,
his. Go ahead, Trey.
or maybe he just looked at Willie Nelson and he goes, "Man, I don't want to end up looking like that."
Like an old white woman?
You don't know what the long-term effects are.
That's true. Maybe Willie Nelson was originally also from Compton or Long Beach.
Yes, I remember when Willie Nelson was a poor black child in Compton.
Maybe that was the intervention that got to Snoop Dogg that was led by Willie Nelson saying, "Hey, I used to be you.
I know your pain.
You keep it up. I'm your future."
I
I
do.
do
I
love
do know.
Snoop's
Yeah.
statement that he released on Instagram, a black and white photo of himself, sort of prayer hands to his mouth, looking off center, looking emotional and pensive. And the statement reads, "After much consideration and conversation with my family, I've decided to give up smoke. Please respect my privacy at this time." And then signed Snoop Dogg. I, I love how he throws in, "Please respect my privacy at this time," like it's a celebrity divorce, which I guess in a way it kind of is. I would imagine he's been more faithful to marijuana than he's been to his high school sweetheart.
Maybe I mean, you have to understand this is a tragic loss for all of us.
Now,
Because
it
we're
actually is. There are some serious economic implications here because he is synonymous with marijuana for so much of his life. Um, a statement like this, news making like this, he's a longtime advocate of marijuana. He's 50 years old. He started his own line of marijuana products, Leafs by
Mhm.
Snoop, in 2015. 4 years later, an Israeli startup that promotes homegrown marijuana signed him as a brand ambassador in 2019. Um, hell, he also famously smoked a joint while walking the red carpet at the MTV Movie Awards in 2021 and claimed to smoke 81 joints a day.
Mm. He is my spirit
But he
animal.
said he was cutting down on smoking after becoming a grandfather. That's what he said earlier this year. He told the Daily Mail that he wants to be more aware of his lifestyle choices because he wants to see his grandchildren grow up. So, I mean, going back to the economic side of things, this actually does play a bit of a role in the marijuana industry as a whole when you have the guy that's probably one of your most famous spokespeople and ambassadors and
Hmm. Yeah.
uh whatever title you want to put on it, czar or whatever, king of weed. It's, I imagine, like if marijuana was traded on the stock exchange, I would imagine there would have been a
Oh
fluctuation
yes,
today.
yes.
Mhm.
Today there would have been a market drop on such devastating news to that industry, for sure. I'm sure
And
there's
honestly,
dispensaries.
mhm,
I'm sure there's dispensaries in Los Angeles right now that are like, we're not going to make rent.
that's
Snoop.
exactly what I was thinking, because you got a guy who's saying that he smokes 81 joints a day. That is
Hmm.
going to put a serious dent into local dispensaries. Similarly, what would happen to St. Thomas when Tara and I moved to St. John? There are a couple of bars that we're worried about not being there when we get back. But that
Yeah.
actually is a legitimate thing. You think about it, it's like, okay, well, a lot of people, is it a sign that he's finally not necessarily needing to mature, but if he gives up the smoke, will other people do it also, and therefore a hit on the marijuana economy?
Yes, he put a hit. The marijuana industry took a hit because he's no longer taking them. That's what it is. But yeah, I mean, I would love to read the news tomorrow and be like Mexico bankrupt, like Snoop just quit.
Subhead: Now we're really not paying for that wall.
Or build it now. We're not sending anything over. Snoop stopped.
There's no room in the budget.
Just go ahead and build it. There's nothing coming over.
What's the point?
You just cut to Mexico and they're just filling in tunnels. Like we don't need to go back anymore. Snoop quit. We're good.
They're putting on suits and ties and updating their LinkedIn profiles.
They got resume builder software on their computer. It says you have sales experience, but to one client. I know, and that's why I'm here now. So
turns out I really needed to diversify.
Well, that's great. He just completely bankrupted the weed industry just single-handedly. It was 81 a day. I mean, 81 a day times 365. Let's just be honest with you. How much money he literally killed this industry. Like now, everybody's going to legalize it. It doesn't matter now. You gotta figure out how to get that money back. But good for Snoop. I don't think he's gonna he picked the wrong time in history to stop being high. Like I don't think he's gonna like what he sees when he sobers up. Like, and how long does it take for that much weed to get out of your system? He might die before he's not high.
That's true. He could be dead for like 30 years, and they still maybe they take they pluck a piece of hair off his head from out of his casket, and he still would not pass a drug test.
30 years after the fact of him dying. Yeah, I think he's going to be. I think it takes like 24 hours to clear your system, but they can still detect it. But like 81 joints a day, he's going to be high till next year. So we're till the end of next year. So maybe that's what he wants to do, is be like, I want to give my New Year's resolution is to be not high in 2024, and see. And I think,
maybe this is one of the largest altruistic achievements of his life, because he said he wants to be around and more aware of his grandchildren, right?
Yeah.
So maybe what he's doing is he's giving up 81 joints a day, so there's a little bit left for his grandchildren to be able to smoke weed.
He quit smoking so future generations could.
He quit smoking just so he'd have time to do something else.
Like maybe he just wants to grow a tomato plant.
What's on the agenda today, Snoop? Hi. Okay, sounds good, right?
I think that actually would make a great Netflix documentary. Snoop Dogg, what am I going to do with all this newfound free time? Snoop Dogg, now what?
Snoop Dogg, there's 24 hours in a day? Since when?
Yeah, I mean, when you're smoking 81 joints a day, you're not going by the regular 24-hour clock that the rest of us do.
Yeah, and here's the solution is simple. Like he said, he wants to get a little more clarity, and he wants to see, whatever. I just think the minute he accidentally stumbles across the next Republican debate, he'll start smoking again. That'll be just a fact. Because I don't want to see this.
Or in about 30 days, he's going to start a new line of, edible Snoop gummy gums.
Yeah, Yeah, maybe he stopped smoking and he's just going to chocolates.
Yeah.
He didn't say he quit using. He
Yeah.
just said he was stop smoke.
He did. That's right, Trey. He says, I'm giving up smoke. He didn't say he's given up being high. He didn't say he's given up, the edible gummies or the sweet treats.
Yeah.
Maybe we're finally getting the culmination of that unholy alliance between Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart.
Gourmet gummies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would go. These are my gummies right there. These are the weed gummies.
Are those legal in Texas?
They are absolutely not.
Oh. Aren't you something?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not. I didn't get it here. Thank you, FedEx.
So it's FedEx's fault.
Yeah,
it's another thing we got to keep in mind because Snoop Dogg. Chances are, he's probably having it brought to him. So FedEx may have a stock drop.
That's fact, and this is also another one. And I know this to be true. He has a guy that he is employed that rolls his joints.
So clearly, that guy worked 40 hours a week.
that guy worked 40 hours a day. Yeah.
I guess he's going to be in line with the Mexicans updating his LinkedIn profile.
Yeah. So now we got this guy who's out of a job. So now the unemployment's going to go up. I'm telling you, this is devastating news. Because you don't need to hire a guy to unpeel your gummy. But him and Cat Williams both have a guy that rolls their joints. So maybe Cat's guy gets too old, and then this guy can get a job. I don't know how it's going to work, but for sure. Maybe that's the loss that he's talking about when he's like, please respect our privacy, is the loss of this man's livelihood and job as Snoop's
that's
joint
probably
roller.
What it is. I now need to get on social media and find Snoop's joint roller guy to see what his public statement is.
Yeah, I just want to know how you get the job. Like you walk in and just a Snoop is like, and there's just weed and rolling papers on the table, and he watches you do it, and he's like, nah, man.
Yeah, how is that not a reality show? We have shows like Top Chef and Say Yes to the Dress.
Yeah,
that seems like a slam dunk show. Say Yes to the Joint or Top Roller
or Rolling for Snoop.
Doobie with Snoopy.
You got to be careful then, because that sounds like something that kids would want to watch.
Yeah,
that had to have been, because that guy's probably been on the payroll for decades. I mean, the kids, that guy's Uncle something for Snoop's fan.
I'd love it if his name was actually Uncle something.
Because nobody can remember his name from
Uncle
the
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
You're listening to the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse is brought to you by the Dallas Comedy Club. This week at the Dallas Comedy Club in Deep Ellum, your new home for comedy in DFW. It is, let's see here. Oh, yeah, we've got Sri Raj, not to be confused with our very own Raj Sharma.
Yes.
Sri Raj will be at the Dallas Comedy Club Friday, November 24th, 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And then all the events, all the info for the events happening at the Dallas Comedy Club on their website, dallas-comedyclub.com. This segment also brought to us by our friends at Cook DFW Roofing and Restoration. Give them a call for your free roof inspection. 833-COOK-DFW. That's 833-COOK-DFW and cookdfw.com.
Can I shamelessly plug my buddy Sriraj's show again, because he's my buddy, and he started opening for me a couple years ago, and he's really dedicated to his craft. He's just welcomed a new baby girl, and so this is his first time headlining at the Dallas Comedy Club. I will be there, so come hang out with me and see my buddy Sri do his first ever headlining set. And we went and had wings and watched the game the other night. The Thursday night game.
I am assuming he's a Cowboys fan because in the headshot that the Dallas Comedy Club is using for him, he's actually wearing a backwards hat, which has
the Cowboys logo,
Dallas Cowboys star on it. So, go support a local boy making his headliner debut at the Dallas Comedy Club.
Yeah. He's a wing fan. His wife's a vegetarian, so any chance he gets to run out of the house and eat meat. So
I'm just glad that's not a figurative thing.
Yeah.
Because that also happens.
Yeah. It's my dad was a vegetarian, and my mom and myself ate everything. Like, it was like, with exception, like, my mom didn't eat beef because she just, the good Hindu in her that just didn't eat, but ate everything else. And then my dad was like, "Yeah, y'all want to go to Taco Bell?" I'm like, "Nope, we sure don't. We're gonna go to Black Eyed Pea and eat chicken." So,
like a good mesquite family.
So I understand his pain. So any chance I can get him out to buy him some wings, I'm like, "Here's some A-class proteins, my brother. Here we go. Enjoy."
There you go. We also have a very exciting announcement we need to make before we move on to other silliness here in the Treehouse, and that is on Saturday, December 9th. I feel like I need an alert noise to happen here. I'm sorry.
Do you not have any music? You don't have anything?
See, it's a murky thing to play music during podcasts, because then they, the people that own that music want you to then pay for it, and we don't have that kind of money.
Gotcha.
So that's why, like, people will be like, "Hey, bring back the original show intro." Well, I'd love to, but I don't want William Orbit's people coming to get us for using it, because we could use it on the radio, because we had something called BMI ASCAP. You're paying royalties for that stuff. We didn't pay that; the radio companies did. On the podcasting front, you got to pay for it or you get sued.
Right.
Yeah. That's not really an alarm or an alert, but it kind of.
No, but I do like it.
Not crickets. That'd be bad. That's not a rim shot. That's scary music. Ooh, that's a bad sound. That's like Luke Bryan open. See what else I got on here. That sounds like, hey, let me get your attention.
Okay.
That's not right.
Yeah, that whole thing's not right.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of happy people. What's in the box? Ooh.
That's a good one.
Maybe that one. Oh, it's the Unsolved Mysteries theme song. I'm not sure if I can use that, because that might get us sued as well.
Are you ready to have the shit scared out of you?
I forgot we had that.
That's also a good one, too.
Oh, yeah, that's the Halloween stuff. Okay. All right, we're going to go with that one. Here we go. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
On Saturday, December 9th, I am very happy to announce we are doing a Treehouse Roadshow, but not just any Treehouse Roadshow. No, not like the first two, although the first two were a lot of fun. This will be a very special Treehouse Roadshow. In fact, it will be a Treehouse Christmas Roadshow happening Saturday, December 9th from 4 to 7 p.m. at Shakerton's Midtown location. That is North Dallas, off the Tollway and 635. It's Tollway and Alpha-ish. It's just on the north side across the street from the Galleria, off of Alpha. It is the Shakerton's Midtown location. For info, go to shakertons.com. We will be there Saturday, December 9th, 4 to 7 p.m. for a live Treehouse Roadshow. We'll be taping the show. Come enjoy it. Have some drinks. Have some food. watch us do our thing on in person. And Raj has said that he thinks it'd be a good time to roast me. And I'm not still sure how I feel about that because I don't like being the center of attention. I don't even like my birthday being sung to me, so I'm really not sure how to respond to this.
Yes, it will
But
be the roast.
I do like the idea of having something else to do at the event.
Yeah, the roast of Dan O'Malley. I think it's got a nice ring to it, and I think there's a nice way to celebrate the holidays is with your friends taking a massive dump on you, and so in keeping with the holiday tradition of that,
Yay.
it will be the roast of Dan O'Malley. So come join us. We're going to have a lot of people come through, friends of the shows, comedians that are friends, and at the end, Dan will get to vent his frustrations with all the things that we said about him. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Just
That's all.
FYI, I'm going to have two versions.
Okay,
so I'm
good.
gonna let you guys decide which version you get.
Oh, okay. I really like that idea. That's really clever. So good. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna make some fun of everybody on the dais, and then we're gonna especially make fun of our host and leader and commander and general on the battlefield, old Danny O'Malley. So everybody bring your big jumbo red pencils and get ready to write down your reviews and your thoughts and ideas.
If someone doesn't bring me a big pencil to replace the original, I'm going to be thoroughly disappointed.
Oh, we've already taken care of that. Don't you worry. You're getting a big.
You might as well get the big chief tablet while you're there.
I got some husky jeans coming. I got the big red pencil with your name on it. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time to be had with all. I'm trying to find other Dan. If I can get to him by the show, we'll have what could have been you show up. Let's see.
Wow. It's going to be really embarrassing if he's way more successful than me.
Yeah, that's the downside of it. I'm still trying to find him, but we'll see.
Yeah, that would be pretty rough, Dan. If
I did, by the way, I
loved
loved my Big Chief tablet when I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, I loved kids like that. That was adorable. Like tracing the letters out and had the little connect the dot like alphabet stuff. And I was like, oh, rookies! I did that at 2. Yeah, so just in a room full of Dans.
So you were the gifted kid in kindergarten.
Yeah, I was just weird, man. I missed out on a lot of life moments. I think that's why I'm a big kid now. Like I was walking at 7 months old, so I never crawled, so I never had that experience. And then I was reading and writing by 3, so I was that Indian kid that was like on a beanbag chair reading while everybody else was doing the tracing the letter, the alphabet or whatever. And they just give me a book and be like, "Go sit over there. You can already do this stuff." And I'm like, "I know, nerd. I get it."
I thought you were going to say you're the Indian kid, like slobbering on a beanbag while the other ones were doing open heart surgery at 4.
That's in India. I was at school here.
Oh, I forgot. That's right. You were in Mesquite for that.
Yes. Oh, let's not get carried away. I was in a far better place. It was called Pleasant Grove.
So anyway, very excited. Very, very excited. We will be doing another Treehouse Roadshow, 3rd of the year, last of the year for damn sure, at the Shakertons in North Dallas / Addison area, the Galleria area. That's kind of, they call it the Midtown location, which is, it's a good way to find it. So you go to shakertons.com, you can click on the Midtown location, you get all the info you need right there to find it, or just throw it into Google as well. But Saturday, December 9th, 4 to 7 p.m., a very merry Treehouse Roadshow Christmas party. Plus my friends making fun of me.
Yes.
And we are also, because we're not doing enough as it is, we are also doing a toy drive that day. That day, what we would love for you to do is to bring I forget the name of the company that Tara told me, but we're doing a toy drive benefiting the Warren Center, which is just a couple of miles west of the Shakerton's location. The Warren Center is a place that helps for children with special needs, especially from birth to age 3. So they love developmental toys to help spur along their curiosities and development and everything. So we'll get more info out to you about that. So and the best toys to get are like sort of like the educational kind of ones. But whatever you get, they will put to good use. So a toy drive benefiting the Warren Center as well at the Treehouse Christmas Roadshow, Saturday, December 9th at Shakerton's, 4 to 7 p.m. So it's first time we're doing it on a Saturday, so we don't have to necessarily worry about rush hour getting in the way. There might be a little bit of Galleria traffic to go through, but that's no big deal. That's not going to be that bad that second weekend in December. So come have fun with us at Shakerton, Saturday, December 9th, 4 to 7 p.m. Yeah.
And if you're like me and you want to know what the parking situation's like, because if you have to make 2 laps, you're leaving. I understand your pain. Plenty. I've been by there to check it out. There's plenty of free parking right there, right next to the venue, and then directly behind it is another parking lot that's completely open for parking. So you don't have to worry about it. So you don't have to go. If there's no parking, we're leaving. Plenty of parking.
Good to know. So you don't have to worry about making 2 laps and leaving. You just make the one, park, and come inside and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also open to any other sort of festive ideas. Like, do we want to do a white elephant gift exchange with all of us on the show? Any other sort of Christmas festivities? There's a book that I read 2 Christmases ago on the radio that I need to see if I still have it. I think that's one of the few things I grabbed out of my office at iHeart when before we got let go. Because I knew the guillotine was about to drop, so I ran off with the good stuff that I wanted out of the office, and the book that I think is a great story time read for children of all ages, Hookers and Blow. I think maybe a special reading with that will be done.
Yeah, can I just get this out of the way? It's kind of much like the Christmas Vacation and the other movies that you guys reference that I don't know. Because Hindu, not big Christmas thing. What is a white elephant thing? What is it? What is it?
It's basically where you get together with your friends and family, and you do a gift exchange, and then you create some really frightening rules to then take those gifts back and take gifts from other people who wanted them. So then they're sad. That's kind of it in a nutshell.
Gotcha. So that sounds like no fun. But
you buy odd gifts, and then let's say Dan picks one, he's the first, and then the next person has the option to take that from Dan or pick a gift.
Okay.
And then if I take Dan's, then he has to go back to the pile, and sometimes there's good gifts and there's good gifts and there's silly gifts, and so it's kind of who ends up with what at the end. They're actually fun.
Right, but
they can be a lot of fun, but they could also end up with a brawl in the parking lot. So who knows?
But wouldn't for it to work out, wouldn't you have to have even numbers? Like we're 3 of us, so wouldn't it work out? Like we can just keep exchanging until we get the same thing. Like
we'll have other people participating.
Okay, because you'd have to have even numbers, if I'm right.
Yeah, I think Jerry will be there. Our dear friend.
You don't have to have even numbers. It's just
Tony
it's
literally Jerry Caldwell.
It ends at some point.
How?
I told you with the brawl in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You white people are silly.
So yeah, come to Shakerton Saturday, December 9th, 4 to 7 p.m. Christmas Roadshow with all of us. A toy drive benefiting the Warren Center, the roast of me, and an eventual parking lot brawl.
Okay, I'm in.
I mean, I don't think you can get more Christmas than that. End up on the news just outside the Galleria, gifts flying, gift wrap, people just covered in it, glitter. tinsel.
Hookers and blow.
Hookers and blow.
And hookers and blow. It's a North Dallas tradition. Absolutely. Yeah.
You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com. You're in the Treehouse. Visit us online at treehouseonair.com.
This segment of the Treehouse brought to you by Brooks Plumbing. 214-368-3838 for any and all of your plumbing wants and needs. That's 214-368-3838. The website, brooksplumbingtexas.com. Rolling full steam ahead into the Thanksgiving holiday, where, someone's going to eat too much and possibly clog up your pipes. Give our friends at Brooks Plumbing a call. Help clean them out from the holiday messes. 214-368-3838, brooksplumbingtexas.com. Speaking of Thanksgiving and steamrolling into the holidays, Raj, I saw that you posted something the other day about 99-cent turkeys.
Yeah.
Where was that?
So we in your old hood, my newest hood, here in the Addison Carrollton or Addison Carrollton adjacent, at the 99-cent store that was on on Frankfurt and Marsh. It is next to the Aldi, and so we shop at the Aldi, and I usually run in to the 99-cent store because they have fun stuff that you just don't see anywhere else. Mostly because I don't know if it's allowed to be sold in actual stores or whatever the case may be. So I went in and I saw the sign that's like, for they're getting into the Black Friday stuff as well, and they're like, well, we have the early Black Friday stuff. All these things are going to be 99 cents. So I saw blueberries, and I was like, oh, great, because I make my smoothies in the morning. My protein shakes in the morning, and I like to have a little mix. They had some mango there the other day, so I got a mango. And then next to the blueberries for 99 cents for the little 1 pound thing of blueberries, it said for the first 50 customers on the 15th, which I think was Wednesday, on the 15th of November, the first 50 customers get a 99-cent full whole turkey. And I had to read it a few times for me to understand that this was real. I thought it might be 99 cents.
Do you
a
see
pound,
Trey's face? He's doing the Spock eyebrow. Like he just went like full Vulcan. Like this does not compute.
Yeah. Yeah, and I thought maybe it was 99 cents a pound, which is still a really good deal.
Yeah, that'd be a great deal.
And it said nope, it was 99 cents. And so
I think I know why Trey's eyebrow shot up like that, because he was physically showing what I was feeling inside, and that is, if a turkey is 99 cents, is that the turkey you want?
Right, and that kind of my thought. And I also was like, I don't think if I'm having to look at the sign over and over again to make sure that this is right, other people will too. So I dropped my girlfriend's daughter off at school, and I said, I'm gonna take some video that you can show your friends at lunch of these people going bat-ass insane over. Like, there's going to be a crowd out there. There are people going to be fighting to get into the 99-cent store as the doors open to get their $1 turkey.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going for the blueberries. Like, that'll make my day. I'll get 2 things of blueberries and be set for the week.
You would not win on Supermarket Sweep.
I would not. I'm very simple. I'm like, they got almond milk and blueberries. I'm good. Like, that's what bananas, blueberries, strawberries. That's what goes into mine.
Now, smoothies. If it was a 99-cent turkey at Whole Foods or Central Market, HEB, if they got 99-cent turkeys, then you're going to have people duking it out trying to get their hands on those good-ass turkeys.
I think it would be anywhere that has $1 turkey. It would be packed, and I pull into the parking lot and I see nobody, and I'm like, well, that's interesting. Okay, and I walk in, and the guy has got the wristbands, because you have to have a wristband He gives you a wristband. You take that wristband to the cashier, and she gives you your turkey. And I walk in, and he was super excited. He goes, "Are you here for the?" Because I'm assuming he thought there would be a massive crowd, and there was
Sounds
not.
like it.
And he said, "Are you here for the turkey?" And I go, "Blueberries." And he goes, "Oh." And you could just see the joy on his face leave. And he's like, "Yeah, sorry, man. They didn't send us any blueberries." I was like, "They didn't?" And I was like, "Well, then I'll do the turkey, sure." And he gave me the wristband, and I went, and they had a brand new thing of like mini watermelons had come through, and those were on sale for their thing to substitute for the blueberries. So it was 99 cents. I was like, "I'll get that, and I'll have that with lunch." And I go to the counter, and this lady hands me a frozen 20-pound Gold Harvest brand turkey.
That's a big ass
she
turkey.
Goes,
Yeah.
yes. And she goes, "That'll be $2." And I was like, it was $1 for the mini watermelon, and then $1 for a 20-pound Gold Harvest turkey. And I looked it up because I had time. I was in the car. I was like, I looked it up. It's a solid brand. They had 30 pounds. This was the push to get their turkeys flying out no pun intended, but flying out the door. It was to do a promotion to the first 50 turkeys because they had literally 30 pallets of frozen turkeys ready to go.
My God.
For that day.
Now, did you check the turkey for all the normal limbs and things? Like, it's not one of those that's got like 3 legs or 4 wings.
No. I mean, it had 10 fingers and toes, just like every turkey that you'd want.
I don't think turkeys are supposed to have any fingers, Raj.
Oh, well, then this is a special turkey.
I think we now know why the turkey's 99 cents.
Raised in Chernobyl.
Gold Harvest, tiny print, Chernobyl.
An explosion of flavors.
A Thanksgiving your family will never forget. Apologies to the 99-cent store if these are not Chernobyl turkeys. Oh, man. Okay. Well, everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you for spending part of it inside the treehouse with us and for coming. It is an edict from the treehouse. You must come to the Treehouse Christmas Roadshow, Saturday, December 9th, 4 to 7 p.m. at Shake Your Tins in Dallas, the Midtown location, shakertins.com for more info. Bring a friend, bring all your friends, bring your family. Maybe Raj will bring you a special turkey.
Yeah, I'll bring everybody a plate.
And we will see you next time in the Treehouse.
Safe.